Stuart's not home. Stuart said he'll be home. In Stuart's message, he said, hit the front doorbell and I shall appear. Hitting the front doorbell. Stuart's not appearing. Stuart, you told me to hit the front doorbell and you would appear, but you haven't appeared.
Oh, maybe the bell's not working. I'll disappear right now.
Alright, I'm here though. Thanks, man. Stuart, how you doing?
Good, man.
God, this is a lovely house.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'll take my shoes off because you're bloody...
No, you're right. It's okay. It's all good.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
The Daylesford Podcast. Events, stories and people around the Hepburn Shire. Good morning, everyone. Yep, it's morning. It's when I'm at my best, can you tell? Listen to my voice. It's soothing and delightful. Clearly not. Hey, I want to ask a huge favour. Everyone listening, I would love some support. And it's really easy. If you really enjoy this podcast, the best support I can ask for is look at your phone right now and whatever app you're listening to this podcast on, can you hit the subscribe or like button? That would be amazing and a great help to get this podcast up in the rankings. So thank you so much. And if you're listening on the podcast app on an iPhone, if you've got time, drop a review in. That would be lovely. Now, this week I spoke to Stuart. Stuart is a guy that works at the local servo. You'd know him. An older guy, silver hair, a mustache, looks like a bit of a cowboy. Yeah, that's Stuart. There's a story behind this cowboy. It all started many years ago when Stuart and his family moved to Australia from Wales, one of my favourite places in the world. And I wanted to know, how the hell did Stuart end up on a viral video clip on YouTube that's had nearly 400,000 views? Who knew? This is the guy at the servo. I'm going to sit here next to you so I can record you.
Oh, okay.
Actually. And then,
Like, do you really think it's that interesting, though?
I make things interesting. That's
okay.
my job, Stuart.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let me explain. Okay, so I'm hitting record now, Stuart.
Okay.
Let me explain what happened the other day, right? So me and my housemate Mitch.
Yep.
I'm like, Mitch, I want to interview some real people, like some real stories. And Mitch said, why don't you just go interview someone at a shop or something and just go interview the guy at the servo? And then... So that's a great idea. And so for me that was interesting. I'm like, who's this? What's your story?
Right.
And then I didn't know that you had more of a story until I told another friend. I said, I'm going to go find someone to talk to at the servo.
Yeah.
And then she goes, you know, the guy at the servo down there, Stuart, he's got a bit of a story to tell. And I'm like, and then she opened YouTube and here's you in this clip that's had nearly 400,000 views. Have you ever had anyone come in and ask you about your YouTube fame?
Yeah, one other chap. He
Really?
said, he goes, were you a cowboy? I said, yeah, that's me.
All right, so so I need to explain the whole story. There's a comedy act called Auntie Donna. What's your involvement? How did you get involved in doing the YouTube sketches?
Right, okay, so I've been interested in sort of film for years, and I thought I'd give it a bit of a crack as an extra last year. And so I looked at a couple of the websites there, and I just put my mugshot up. There's thousands and thousands of pretty young people, but not so many old buzzards. And I thought, right, there you go, competition's low. So I did a couple of movies last year, and the Auntie Donna guys just rang me up and said, do you want to play a cowboy? I said, yeah, shit, why not?
Because you have a particular look. You do. So you're Welsh, I've discovered. So you come from Wales. I can hear your accent a little bit, but you've lost most of it, haven't you?
It gets stronger when I'm pissed.
You're quite a striking looking dude. Like you're I want to say you're near 60s, like somewhere around there.
Yeah, about 55.
Okay, 55. I was close. You still got all your hair. You got silver fox hair. You've got a mustache. And you've got quite a striking features in your face, like your eyebrows, and your face is quite a strong particular face. And you knew this. This is why you got yourself on there.
Well, it's a face well worn.
That's a good way to put it.
It's had a life, yeah.
Tell me about this life of the face. So when did you move to Australia then?
In 1980, when I was 16, with my parents.
Oh, you came when you were young.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there a reason they came here?
Work. My father got brought over by a company.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty young age to come to Australia. Did you come straight to Daylesford?
No, straight to South Yarra.
Got it.
And had a great time in Melbourne for, 16 years, and then came to Daylesford.
So what year did you come to Daylesford?
20 years ago.
Oh, that's interesting. What was Daylesford like 20 years ago when you came? Similar?
No, it was the Wild West. It was awesome. it was just the very best. Yeah.
Really? And what are the differences between then and now?
There's just a whole heap of money in here now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true, actually, yeah.
And, it was just more hippies and artists and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
When I came up here, it was good fun.
It's been financially gentrified, let's say. There's a lot of...
Let's say it has been very much so. I don't know where it's going to go, but there you go.
And you must have got in this... So you must have bought... Because you're in the middle of Daylesford. I can literally see the... What's that building over there?
Well, you've got the Royal, you've got the chemists, you've got the butchers, you've got the candlestick makers, you've got the everybody.
You got this beautiful guest house that is right here, and you've bought this 7 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, about 7 years ago.
Where was your house before here?
Up on Hill Street next to the convent.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Buy 20 years ago. Smart.
Yeah. A lot of things happen in 20 years.
That was a good investment.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah.
So that's the first half of Stuart. In the second half, we'll talk about his film career. He's hunting down the big guns in Hollywood, he tells me. But for now, let me give you all the highlights for what's on this week. This Friday, from 9 till 11, the Dharma School have an open morning and info session. I think you all know where the Dharma School is. On Saturday, there is a family games day at the Castlemaine Community House. Play board games and meet new people for families, adults, geeks, and everyone in between, which I might actually go to and play some games. Woohoo! I hope they got Yahtzee or Greed. They were my favourite games. Also, Saturday, 31st of August, there's a movie screening in Creswick. It's called A Plastic Ocean at the Doug Lindsay Reserve. That is from 6 p.m. And finally, this Saturday, the 31st of August, there is an author talk at the Creswick Hub with Heather Whitford Roach, and she'll discuss her new book called Finding Eliza. On Sunday the 1st of August, it is the Dean Kite Festival from 12 till 4. There's kite making workshops, so you get to build a kite and fly your kite and just have a good kiting day. And next Wednesday, just a reminder, there's a women's health talk from 12 and it's a walk around the lake. So just meet at the boat shed down at the lake. Alright, now back to Stuart. Let's find out where Stuart's film career is going. Maybe I know someone that can help him. You'll see. Let's go back to your film. So you're in a few films last year. Then tell me about a couple more films. Can you tell me about a couple more films?
They were just independent films that are on the circuit right now.
Nice.
I haven't seen them.
Oh, you haven't seen
No.
them? Do you know what they're about? Because you've got this look, so there had to be some...
I was a drunk in a bar for the student one, and the other one I was just like a dude in a white shirt and a tie.
Have you had acting experience before, or you just jumped in?
No, I just jumped in.
Yeah. But you like the theatre and the arts, I'm guessing?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Yeah,
I kind of like how they make movies. Like, I've got a random interest in it, so I thought, well, I'm this age, just go and have a look at it. You can do it. Yeah. Why not?
Do they pay well?
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them are free, and,
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
You could get your face out there before you get paid, I think.
Oh, is that how those websites work?
Yeah, so it's more interest than anything else currently. But, Quentin Tarantino's on the corner, if you ask me.
I've got a feeling he might be.
That's my plan.
I saw that yesterday, the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
And?
Oh, you'd fit right in that movie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I was rather hoping I'd see it on the plane.
We have a connection in Daylesford to Quentin Tarantino, you know that?
No? Who?
So my producer friend Maya, who helps me produce this podcast, her husband, he worked on Kill Bill 1 and he was Uma Thurman's personal assistant. And I don't know, Maya did something on there too, I can't remember. Sorry Maya, I forgot what you did on there, but Maya did that. So maybe we can hook you up, Stuart.
Well, I think so. Hollywood is calling.
I reckon it is calling. I bet you, if you went to Hollywood for a year, you'd land a few roles, I promise.
Well, it's a plan. Everybody's got to have a plan.
Yeah, no.
So.
And so you work at one of the petrol stations around here?
Yeah, a little casual job there, a couple of shifts a week, but 3-4 hour shifts a week.
Tell me what the kind of characters you meet coming through there.
It's the best job in the world I've ever had.
Really? Tell me why. Oh, that's nice to hear. Yeah.
Well, it's just, I wouldn't do it in Melbourne, but it's just full of, happy tourists with hangovers. I mean, and you get to know all the locals too.
Really? Have you got a few any stories you can drop in about the tourists?
What goes on at the servo stays at the servo, my friend.
Holy shit.
And that's the way it is.
Thanks, Stuart. Well, thanks for talking to me, Stuart. Cheers, man. And thanks for listening to the podcast, everyone. Your support is amazing, and all the feedback has been great. This podcast was even featured at the Victorian Tourism Summit last week. That was crazy. So, everyone around the Hepburn Shire, let's keep telling our stories. Until next week, I'll talk to you then. Oh, one last thing. This podcast is a production of the Clever Podcast Company. If you have any podcasting needs or want to learn about podcasting, go to thecleverpodcastcompany.com and get in contact with me. Bye.